All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here, bringing your daily horoscope for the 27th of December 2019. Very magical day. Very magical day of abundance, of luck, of good fortune and abundance. All right. Today is one of the quote unquote luckiest days of the year. You know, any astrologer will tell you that when the sun meets up with Jupiter, it is just a day of good fortune. Okay. So we had this beautiful new moon solar eclipse that happened on the 25th, 26th, depending on where you're at in this world, which is a beautiful new beginning, right? Seeing things for the very first time, looking back and reflecting upon things that seemed traumatic, seemed difficult, seemed hard, seeing them with a new perspective, under a different light, okay? That allows us to see, those rainy days that add to the growth of the plants and the flowers, that those rainy days that add to the growth and abundance of our relationships, right? So we have this very new perspective on things that are happening, maybe things that are old that are happening. There's a lot of highlight going on today, all right, on the 27th. Mars is connecting with Chiron. Venus is connecting with Chiron. The moon and Saturn are both connecting with Chiron, all making these different aspects, and it has to do with self-healing, as well as the sun, where it's meeting up with Jupiter at the 5th degree of Capricorn, okay? So let me show you the chart here, and I'll kind of explain all of this. All right, so Mars here, of course, dealing with our shadow, dealing with our passions, our deep-rooted desires, sex, love, money, power, this bigger urge to get together with the community to create something bigger than ourselves, okay? And there's times where we have linked up with individuals in our past that might have gone south, okay? And when those go south, this new moon energy, this solar eclipse energy that we just had is reminding us again that they went south for a reason, to lead us to working with different people, or for us to learn our process, or to understand our own worth. Very, very key is understanding our worth, right? So that aspect is connecting to Chiron, who is healing, the wounded healer in Aries, right? Healing our primitive nature, our instinctual nature, healing ourselves. The baby, the infant of the zodiac, fingers and toes is all I know. I'm going to go toward what's good and away from what's bad. Instinctual, right? So that's a very healing aspect. And you see here this quintile continuing with Venus. All right, these old shadow stuff that we're dealing with, and seeing a vision for the new, but understanding that this was necessary, that all this was necessary in order for us to gain our perspective, in order to see a bright, shining future, in order for us to see this vision of the future, right? And being able to have this vision, again, of knowing our worth, knowing our value, and not settling if somebody doesn't see that value. It's okay to walk away from them. And for those that do see our value, to walk toward them. That's part of our healing, okay? And then further, Chiron creating the quintile over here. Again, these quintiles are very creative energy. That septile, this is fate. This is fate, my friends. Really, really powerful, very powerful, okay? So this connection over here to the moon and to Saturn. Okay, this is again about following through our emotional need. Okay, meeting up with Saturn, the big honcho of the zodiac here. The limit, the master of this third dimension, and the owner of our emotions, meeting together, where our emotions and our physicality come into one. This is a beautiful growth and beautiful healing every time these get together, right? And then further, with Jupiter and the sun meeting up, okay, what's it going to happen in a couple hours here? I've got this pulled back to 6 a.m. And right there. So right around 1 p.m. But you see it's, these are slow moving. The sun's nice and slow, Jupiter's nice and slow. What this is all about, okay, let me jump back for a second. Mercury still continuing to have faith in the process, having faith that the information's out there, and we cannot rush a healing, but just understand that everything is working in its right place and to trust that process. Now, let's talk about this for a second. Okay. Again, Jupiter, our planet of luck, our planet of abundance, our planet of more, the sun, the hero of our journey, the ego. All right. Where we're meeting up right now is saying, there's no sense. I know I love using analogies and metaphors. There's no sense in pulling the wet laundry out of the washer and folding it and putting it away without taking the necessary step in the process to put it in the dryer first, or to go outside and hang it on, the clothesline. Okay, that's putting the carriage before the horse. And this is reminding us in an abundant way to take care of what we need to take care of before taking the next steps. Okay. There's a lot of energy with new relationships coming up, being, again, business partners or love, romantic relationships are certainly being highlighted right now. If you're in a love and romantic relationship, they're going to blossom and flourish even deeper, which is amazing. Partnerships, business and associates, things like that, again, are going to blossom even greater. And an opportunity for new romantic love is also on the plate. So that being said, I'm going to focus on the romantic love for a moment and allow us to use this analogy in any way that we can that applies to us if that's not something on your plate. Okay. If we are still dealing with being hurt from an ex in the past, if you are still being, I was cheated on in the past, so I'm projecting that, my self-worth is low, or maybe I believe I'm worthy of something. I believe I'm worthy of not being cheated on. However, this past experience is leading me to believe that this person will do the same thing to me again. Or this person walked away from me in the past, so they might walk away from me again in the present. And this is saying, no. Like little ones, and myself included. I'm not exempt from this. Little ones. We must complete this. We must complete this thought. We must complete this feeling of not being worthy. We must complete whatever shadow stuff that we're dealing with before entering this new space, before entering this new beginning, because what's going to happen is we're not going to, we can walk right by a new partner. We can walk right by an opportunity for love or an opportunity for business growth and not see the potential there because we're still dealing with issues of the past. So there's no point in continuing and moving further. You see what I'm saying? It's just like the laundry. There's no point in putting this wet laundry away because it's just going to get moldy. You're going to fold it, you're going to put it away, and it's going to ruin the clothes. By taking the necessary steps and putting it in the dryer or putting it on the clothesline is what we're doing emotionally. Again, our emotions, moon, meeting up with our physical nature of Saturn. And the sun, the hero of our journey, meeting up with the king of the zodiac, King Jupiter, our happy-go-lucky planet of more, right? So this is saying, look, there's an abundant nature in front of you. There's an abundant path in front of you, and you must absolutely complete what was left behind you in order to be open to receive these new gifts, these new insights, this new sense of abundance, this new sense of personal freedom. Yeah. So this is a very, very powerful day. And again, the Mars-Venus connection, very, very powerful. Again, masculine and feminine coming together as one. And we are masculine and feminine, right? My right and my left. My right depends on my left. And if my right and my left are out of balance, I'm going to feel it in my spine. I'm going to feel it in my back. It's going to come through my shoulders. It's going to be an imbalance in my physical life as well as my emotional life. Okay, so it's very important for us right now to harness both this masculine and feminine energy, to work through our shadows, to work through the issues of the past, as well as to see the opportunity for the future. Seeing the canvas for what it is. It was Jackson Pollock, by the way, who I was thinking of yesterday. For whoever, I know a couple people commented on it. Jackson Pollock was the painter I was thinking of. It's expression. It's painting with just a feeling. So it's just allowing those feelings to kind of overflow through us, to overwhelm us more than our heads, because our brains will get in the way. Our body will scream yes at something and our brains will stop us. Oh, I shouldn't be feeling this. I shouldn't be feeling this excited to meet this new person because what if this happens again? Yeah, you see that. It's very powerful. So this is a really beautiful day. Again, a very jovial day, the most jovial day of the year, the most lucky day of the year. So if you've been dealing with this stuff, just allowing ourselves to let it go, to complete and finish whatever was undone, what needs to be done, in order to take the next step and walk into the unknown. And that's where we're headed. We're walking into the unknown. We don't know what's coming, but with open arms, we're able to receive. All right. So thank you, as always, for hanging out with me. I love you. I wish you enough. Have a very magical weekend. Okay. It's just going to keep getting better from here. We'll see you tomorrow.